Hello, and welcome to MVAO301 using Total Object Manager or TOM. This is part 3. MVAO301 is the 7th in an 8-part series of courses covering MainView AutoOPERATOR. In this session, we're going to talk about creating transient objects using TOM, and we're going to do so using the MainView Explorer interface. A transient object is a started task that you start once during the life of the IPL. It'll build some control blocks or do some other things, and then it terminates. Tom will start these objects and he'll monitor them until they stop, at which point Tom will flag them as complete, and then any subsequent dependent objects can be started. Tom does not monitor transient objects once they end. Because they don't stay in the system, there's really nothing for him to look at. Creating an object using the MainView Explorer interface is very similar to doing so in the 3270. In this case, what we're going to do is we're going to type in add in the command box down at the bottom, and that will invoke the add edit dialog for Tom. So after we do the add command, Tom's going to prompt us for the name of the object, and this is going to be the log name, which is typically going to have a system ID in it. And since this is a started task, we're going to select STM, then we'll click Next down at the bottom. And now we can specify the general information for the object. The short name here we've specified as trans-obj, and this is typically the same name as the started task. Also note the box in the middle that says transient yes is checked. It's important to check that box for any transient objects so Tom doesn't expect them to stay active in the system. The next display we have is the started task information panel, and here we specify the actual name of the started task, and we can optionally specify the start and stop validations. So how does Tom know when this object is successfully started or stopped? Here's an example of a start command that you could specify with Tom. In this case, we're issuing an MVS command, start trans obj, and we've specified a timeout of 2 minutes. And what that says to Tom is I want you to issue this command and then begin looking for the start validation message. And if you don't see that within 2 minutes, then I either want you to retry the command or issue a different command, or failing those, I want you to put them into an error status so somebody knows we had a problem. And once you've specified your start command, you'll note that on the start command information panel, you'll have a 1 next to your start commands. We'll also see a similar display for the stop command information. We can specify our stop commands, pre-stop commands, stop retry commands, so on and so forth here. And we can also specify our dependencies in client servers like we did in the 3270. So if we select dependency with an E for edit, we'll get an empty display like this, and we can click the add button down in the bottom left. And Tom will present us with a list of the objects that are available to us. So we go down through the list, select the object that we want to be dependent upon, and Tom will populate that object into the panel for the dependency. Now here we also need to tell Tom what the property is that we're monitoring, and in most cases that's going to be @status, and then what that value should be, and we specify the property value down at the bottom, which in this case is active. Since this is a transient object and not a normal started task, we can have a dependency of week, so that means that the children don't need to wait for the parent to come down. And once we've completed the building our object, we'll select Proceed with Add Yes and click the Finish button. And you can see here down at the bottom, our training.trans.obj has been added to our definition base. This concludes Part 3 of MVAO 301 using Total Object Manager. I'd encourage you to view Part 4. Thank you.